What's going on, everyone? So again, announcement, market closes early today, so I'm going to kind of do this little video for you guys before the market closes. Again, I hope you guys all had a great weekend. I hope you guys are all getting ready for the 4th. Enjoy it with friends, family, or by yourself. Decompress, whatever you guys need to do. But markets are going to be closing early today. They're going to be closing early tomorrow, or we're closed tomorrow. I forget. I think we close early tomorrow as well. With that being said, we're taking a look at the NQ. Now, why am I looking at the NQ? Because it's the Nasdaq 100. If you guys haven't noticed, a majority, 90% of the stocks that I trade are located inside the Nasdaq 100. We are talking about big names like Tesla. We're talking about names like Microsoft, Nvidia, AMD, Apple, all of this stuff, right? Meta, Netflix. All these names are the names that I like to trade. So constantly when I'm either trading futures, because I do trade futures with a few different prop firms, I'll look at the NQ and trade NQ or MNQ, which is the micros. And when I'm looking at the indexes, it gives me a good overall idea. Now, if the market is sinking, I'm not trying to be buying calls. If the NQ is going down, I'm not buying calls on Tesla unless Tesla is absolutely exploding and breaking out of a daily or weekly channel. But you kind of understand what I'm saying. So let's just kind of look at where we opened up at, okay? If I pull out my drawing tool here to make it a little bit more clear. So if we look at 6:30 in the morning, which is right in here in these two candles, we had a little bit of a spike off the open. Now, if I kind of zoom this down a little bit, you can see here, okay, you can see we've got a top channel line. So this blue channel line that you see on the top of my screen, this is called a linear regression channel 50. I put it on all my charts. It doesn't matter if I'm looking at the daily, the 5-minute, or the 1-hour chart. Does not really matter. It's on every single one of my charts. I'm going to show you why it's very, very significant in just a moment. But off the open, this candle here off the open, we have a little bit of a pop here. Not too much of a setup here. We already were trading above the 20, the 10, the 5-day moving averages. So we had to let the market kind of digest. You know, my thought process when the market opens up like this above 5-minute supply means that, you know, we're above all of these moving averages here. I need to see us break a new top level of supply. So for example, we would have had to have broken this linear regression, pulled back, and then put in a new high above the recent high. Then that's when I'm going to look to go long. So, you know, there's not a real setup here, but you'll also notice that on a lot of names in the Nasdaq 100, like Tesla, for example, we quickly pulled back and then popped. Nvidia did the same thing. A lot of names did the same thing. Off the open, they kind of pulled back a little bit and then they ripped. And when they ripped, it was during this time here. So even though there wasn't really a setup on the triple Qs or the Nasdaq 100 as we were going higher, there was some potential setups over pre-market highs on some of these stocks. Now, once we did not break this top channel level here, what you have to be looking for is a period of consolidation for that next run to the upside or the potential breakdown. So as you can see here, as we consolidated sideways, we did lose the 20 period moving average, quickly reclaimed it, lost the 20 period moving average. But I want to show you guys something here. Look at the 200, right? The 200 is very significant. Look at the 200 period moving average. We tested it here once, bounced, and tested it here the second time. So when that happens, as a trader, as someone who's analyzing these charts, what you need to do is analyze these charts in a way that you're going to be able to make split-second decisions on an overall bias or an idea, a trade idea that you have, and trust that idea. Give yourself some risk on the table, but also manage that risk so in case you're wrong, you can get out without getting significantly hurt. So what that means is, as we started to test this 200 period moving average 2 times, and we're below the 20 period moving average, if we get some type of confirmation through these 2 lows here, or 3 lows actually, and we break down below the 200 period moving average, we've got to be thinking short. Now, that does not mean the market's going to just continue to fade all day, or we're going to go down 500 points. We have to think as a trader, if I can get in here and make 5 points, 10 points, 20 points on the Nasdaq, if I can make $1 off Nvidia, if I can make $1 off Tesla, if I can make 80 cents off Apple, as we're sliding down, that's what I want. I want to be able to get in. I want to take cash flow. I want to secure those profits. I want to hold a runner. I want to use break even as my stop. And I want to now watch the charts and see what we continue to do. So you can see here, there was a perfect setup here on this loss of the 20 and 200 period moving average here. We get the confirmation. We come right down to the next area of demand. Now, again, so for some of you guys who are not trading using the big boy chart, and this is what I call the big boy chart. It's the chart I have with all of my supply and demand zones on it, all of the moving averages on it. Look at where we broke down to. We broke down below this 200 EMA and we closed right above it, right? So it's no secret that stocks are going to stop at supply. They're going to go from supply to supply, demand to demand. It's up to us to do our best to go back to preschool and kindergarten and start coloring in between the lines. So what that means is I want to make sure and take these trades when we lose a significant area of demand to the short side. I want to take profits into the next area of demand. If I'm going to hold the runner, I need to make sure that we do not lose the previous 5-minute candles high. And I want to continue to ride that trade down to the next area of demand. Look at where we kind of come down and flush to just shy of this linear regression, right? And we've been pitter-pattering and bouncing up and over this linear regression all day long here. So what is this telling you? Long period of consolidation here so far on the intraday chart. If we do start to lose the lows, that is going to confirm the linear regression. This is worth taking a stab at a short. Now that price right now on the NQ is sitting at around 15,307. If we start to lose this price, it might be worth a shot to go short. Why is that? We've been showing that we can hold this level all day. If the selling pressure becomes too much, it's like that dam wall breaks and all of the water comes busting through. So we might have a little bit of a short position. I would just wait for that. Now there's also another way to play this trade. Someone could say that once we come down into this zone here, what I'm then going to use is the low as my max pain, and I'm going to bounce this off of support. That's completely valid and completely justifiable as well. So I want you guys to kind of see here, as a trader, you need to be able to be nimble and you need to be able to understand your ins and your outs, and don't get upset when you're wrong, because as traders, we're going to be wrong 40, 50, 60% of the time. It's being able to identify that we're wrong, getting out of those particular trades, and then reversing those moves back up to the upside. Again, I hope this helps you guys. If you were to ask me right now, with just about an hour left of the market and tomorrow being a holiday, where do I potentially see the market going? I potentially see us kind of just chopping around and potentially going down a little bit before we either ramp back up. If there's any type of push to the upside, then I would expect after the holidays to kind of pull back and test that run up on that low volume. You can see that the volume is also decreasing. So anytime you get these moves on lowering volume, you know, they always need to be back tested. Again, hope this video helps you guys. If you guys are looking to trade with me and learn the strategies a little bit more in depth, you're looking for one-on-one coaching, you're looking for, you know, kind of that next push, you're looking for, you know, trying to set up, you know, big trading plans based on your account size, let's do that. Let's get it popping. Again, you guys can get over to the locked channels that are in here. In the gold members, I'm throwing out watch lists. We're able to talk with the other traders who are in there doing this on a day-to-day basis. You kind of get some motivation from everyone else too, and kind of see it how everyone else is trading. With that being said, I'll see you guys on the next video.